Female Football Focus, switching the field, keeping you updated with the latest women's football news.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you're listening to this, and whatever you are doing, welcome to my new podcast, Female Football Focus. And on today's episode, I'll be discussing what you need to know about this year's Women's World Cup. Before we kick off with that, let me say a quick overview of what this podcast will cover. For the next month, I will be covering just the World Cup, with an episode after every single England game. After the World Cup, I will release an episode once a week, covering the latest scores and happenings in both the Women's Super League and the Women's Championship. Any big news and England international games will be covered also. So my aim is to keep every episode to a maximum of 20 minutes. So whether you're driving, relaxing, or taking a break from your revision, this podcast will be a perfect way to fill that time, and I hope it's informing and hopefully entertaining. That's all I wanted to say about this new podcast. I hope you enjoy it and continue listening. Now, I guess on to the build-up for the World Cup. The World Cup begins tonight with hosts France taking on Korea at 8 p.m. BST. France are one of the favourites on their home turf and have lost just once in the last 2 years. They are ranked 4th in the FIFA World Rankings, just behind England. Korea, on the other hand, are ranked 14th and qualified for the World Cup on goal difference. France will certainly favour themselves to kick off the tournament with a win. On Saturday, Germany play China and Spain play South Africa in Group B, whilst Norway play Nigeria in Group A. Germany are ranked 2nd in the FIFA World Rankings and are coming into this tournament unbeaten in 13 matches. Germany are also up there as one of the favourites to win the competition. China are ranked 16th, they finished runners-up in the 1999 World Cup, but have failed to make it past the quarterfinals since, a possible contender in Group B. Spain, despite having a 100% record in qualifying, have never made it past the group stages. Ranked 13th, I think they are one to watch in Group B. South Africa are making their debut in France and have a tough group with Germany, China and Spain all expected to qualify for the last 16. They are one of the lowest ranked teams in the World Cup at 49th. Going back up the rankings is Norway in 12th and have qualified for every tournament and even won it in 1995. They are expected to make it out of their group and perhaps surprise some people. They take on Nigeria, who have also appeared in every World Cup, but have only reached the knockout phase once and are ranked 38th. They are very much the underdog of this group. On Sunday, Australia play Italy and Brazil play Jamaica in Group C. Australia, ranked 6th, have made it to the quarterfinals the past 3 times, but have failed to reach the semis. They are certainly one to watch this year. Italy are ranked 15th, and this is the first time they have qualified in 20 years. Brazil are coming into the competition having lost 9 consecutive games, but did show that they aren't a team to count off after losing only 2-1 to England and only 1-0 to favourites USA in the She Believes Cup this year. They are ranked 10th and another team to watch out for. They take on Jamaica, another team making their debut. They are the lowest ranked team at 53rd, but could be a 3rd place contender. Also on Sunday, England Lionesses take on Scotland. This will be a very competitive and tough first game for England. After finishing 3rd at the last World Cup and winning the She Believes Cup this year, they are ranked 3rd in the World Rankings and are among the favourites to win the tournament. They take on an on-form Scotland side who are unbeaten in their last 5 matches. Although also making their debut, they are ranked 20th and are in with a chance of making the last 16. This game kicks off at 5 p.m. BST and we will be covering the game in the next episode on Monday. We're wishing the Lionesses the best of luck. On Monday, Argentina play Japan, also in Group D, as well as Cameroon play Canada in Group C. Argentina, ranked 37th, have never won a World Cup game. It will be very surprising if they do qualify for the last 16. They play Japan, last competition's runners-up and 2011 winners. Ranked 7th, they pose a threat to England and will battle it out for top spot in Group D. Definitely a team to watch. Canada, ranked 5th, won bronze at the 2016 Olympic Games and are coming into the tournament 9 games unbeaten. They are certainly outsiders for this year's tournament. They play Cameroon, who were the only African side to make it to the knockouts last tournament, but are only ranked 46th. On Tuesday, the last 3 games of the first round of the group stages are played. New Zealand take on the Netherlands in Group E, whilst Chile play Sweden and favourites USA play Thailand. New Zealand finished last in the group stages in the past 4 World Cups and are ranked 19th, but did surprise a few people beating England 1-0 in the Lionesses' final friendly before the World Cup. Perhaps one to watch in Group E. The Netherlands are ranked 8th and are the reigning European champions. Despite having to come through the playoffs to reach the finals, they are a possible favourite to win. In the final group, F, Chile are ranked 39th. After missing out on qualifying for the last World Cup, they didn't play for 981 days. That's a long time. They are now back and a possible underdog in Group F. They play Sweden, ranked 9th. They were runners-up in 2003 but have struggled to do much since. They will be expected to qualify, and if so, they could pose a threat to other teams in the knockouts. Ranked number 1 and reigning champions, USA are certainly the favourites. They have never finished lower than 3rd at a World Cup. However, USA could have a very difficult quarter-final game if both them and France win their group. Yep, the two big favourites could meet in the quarter-finals. Now that would be a big game. Finally, we have Thailand, ranked 34th, and with both the US and Sweden in their group, they aren't expected to qualify. But who knows, anything could happen. This is the World Cup. With all that being said, I think it's going to be a very interesting tournament. Definitely the 4 teams to watch are probably going to be the usual USA, France, Germany and England. Although I'm not sure on Germany, they haven't really performed well since the last World Cup, but I guess we'll find out soon. Hopefully England can perform well. The World Cup could get very interesting in the quarterfinals if both France and USA do win their group and their last 16 game and end up playing each other in the quarterfinals. That could possibly be one of the biggest games of the World Cup. So the brackets can be quite confusing. So basically if we win our group, Group D, we would play 3rd out of B, E and F. So possibly China. I'm not sure, but hopefully a game we could win. If we finish 2nd, we'd play 1E. Now, 1E is the group with Canada, Cameroon, New Zealand and the Netherlands, so we could play the Netherlands or Canada. A very tough game, especially for a last round of 16. Now, say we won our round of 16 game, we would play the winner of 2A or 2C. Now, Group A is France, Korea Republic, Norway and Nigeria, and Group C is Australia, Italy, Brazil or Jamaica. So I'd say it would possibly be Norway against Australia or Brazil. So we would play the winner of Norway, Australia or Brazil in the quarterfinals, which isn't a bad draw. But if we finish 2nd in our group, obviously first of all we'd have to beat the winner of Group E, which possibly the Netherlands, like I said. If we win that, we then play the winner of 1C or 3ABF, so I'd probably say the winner of 1C, which again could be Australia or Brazil in my opinion, which could possibly be a better draw than the other one, but to get there you'd have to beat the winner of 1E. Now if we win our quarterfinals, we'd be through to the semi-finals and we would play off against the winner of the other quarterfinal, which is the big quarterfinal, France or USA, which is a huge game. So if we do make it to the semis, it's going to be a very tough semi-final. Now, if we do finish 2nd in our group, which is also a possibility with Japan there, in the semi-finals we would play probably Germany or Sweden, which wouldn't be a bad draw bearing in mind that we beat Germany in the last World Cup to finish 3rd. So it is doable, we have done it before, but who knows, this is the World Cup. I think we should definitely aim to win our group, otherwise it could be a difficult draw. Every game's going to be a hard game, there is no easy game in the World Cup. I hope that we can perform and do well, and I really hope that we win, because I don't know about you, but I stayed up for almost every game that England played in the last World Cup, because it was in Canada. The times were absolutely awful and I was so disappointed. It was a sad time when we lost that game in the semi-finals. I'm glad that we did win against Germany and we got 3rd place, because the Lionesses performed so well in the last World Cup and they weren't expected to finish anywhere, and to finish 3rd like they did, it was just so amazing and they deserved it. It's just unfortunate that they didn't make it to the final, because I think they could have given USA a much better game than Japan did. But we'll see what happens this year. I think there's going to be a lot of surprises with teams that we've not heard much from. Ready for it to all kick off tonight, and just hoping that England do well for their sake, for the nation's sake. I mean, just if we won the World Cup, like, how amazing would that be? Wow. But there's a long way to go, and there's a lot of hoping. Let's hope it's coming home. So yeah, that concludes the first episode. This was a little bit different to what the future episodes will be like, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you listened to the future episodes. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Female Football Focus. And yeah, come on England!